All right, back for another beer review, and today I'll be reviewing a beer from the Hitchhiker Brewing Company, and they are out of Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, and this is their Just Filling, the Tart Plum and Blueberry variant. So they're calling this one a Smoothie Sour Ale that is conditioned on the aforementioned 2 fruits along with cinnamon, lactose, and vanilla. Comes in at 8% alcohol by volume. No IBUs listed. Time of review. This can is just under 2 months old. I want to give a huge thanks and shout out once again to a good friend of mine and viewer of the channel, Dan, for hooking me up with this one. So big thanks to him. In the description box, I'll post a link to the beer unboxing video I did that contains all the goodies he hooked me up with. And he hooked me up with a Hitchhiker beer. And this is one that I did not even know they made. So a Smoothie Sour Ale from Hitchhiker. I've only had 2 from Hitchhiker. I've had their Bane of Existence, and then I forget the name of it, but it was a grapefruit IPA, and both are damn solid. Really like the grapefruit IPA. The label art was fantastic, just like this one. It reminds me kind of The Simpsons. And the name of this beer, Just Filling, and based on the label and everything, they're going for like basically a donut filling in Smoothie Sour Ale form, or like a pie filling. And Tart Plum and Blueberry seems like a weird mix. Then they throw in cinnamon, milk sugar, aka lactose, and vanilla. And yeah, I'm here for it. So let me crack this one open and see what we got going on here. I kept this one upside down in my fridge since I got it from Dan. So I'm hoping that all the goodies are mixed in, assuming this is like a huge, sour ale that's like, heavily fruited and whatnot. We'll see. All right, so it doesn't look as crazy as some of the ones you get. See if I can fit all of it in or not. Yeah, we should. So this, okay, so they say smoothie. This doesn't have the look of like a Mortalis, a Froth, imprint, 450 North. This just looks like a heavily fruited sour beer, but it's actually brewed with the sours as opposed to blended with them. But I guess we'll see when we taste it. So that has this crazy purple, kind of magenta color, about a finger and a half of a straight up pink colored head. Super creamy looking. It looks beautiful in the glass for what they're going for. Now again, Tart Plum and Blueberry, it's a weird combo of fruits. Ooh, I'm getting that tart. Oh, what the? That's nice. So the cinnamon is screaming off the top. But then it dives into this really nice plummy blueberry kind of sweetness. Like blueberries can have a tendency to be sweet, tart, depending on overripe and underripe. Sometimes even within like the crate of blueberries, you'll eat one and be like, oh, it's real sweet, and then you eat the next one, like, a little bit more tart. Dude, this on it, so 100%, without question. Now that I'm getting acclimated to it, and my nose is kind of getting familiar with what it is, this smells like a blueberry filled donut. The filling of a blueberry filled donut. Maybe even the blueberry donut as a whole, because I'm getting like this nice doughy pastry-esque kind of thing, maybe from just like the base beer. 8% too. A lot of these huge, smoothie style, heavily fruited beers, a lot of them aren't big in ABV. This is, and I can't really detect it. But yeah, it's plum and blueberry, but more blueberry in the nose. Man, that's, this nose is, as it's opening up, and as, again, I'm getting more familiar with the aroma itself, this is amazing, immaculate. Wow. I just want to sit here and smell this, but I'm not going to because I got to review it. So cheers, everybody. Thanks again, Dan. It's fucking absolutely delicious. Holy shit, is that good. You know what I like about this too? Oh man, hang on. There's a nice, like, high tartness, low sourness in the back of the palate. Yeah. Wow. This is a fun fucking beer. Wow. So, picture, if you will, if it does the roll with baby, picture the filling of like a blueberry donut in an 8% sour ale form, but you took away like 50% of the sweetness. That's what you left here, right here. Even a little bit of like the doughy pastry portion of the donut. Let me go on for one more sip. This is fucking cool. So binding this is like medium, right around medium, a little bit thin. So they call it smoothie sour. For me, I wouldn't call this smoothie. I would just say this is like
a fruited sour ale because it doesn't have that body and that mouthfeel. There's no pectin on it. They're not blending it. They're brewing it with those flavors with the fruit. But whatever, it's medium bodied, 8%. I'm okay with it. The mouthfeel, it has a nice crisp kind of effervescent kind of mouthfeel, but it's so smooth on the finish, and it has a slight creaminess probably from the lactose. But where this beer shines is the fucking taste because it's divine. Right front, big blast of sweet blueberry, and then like a tart plum that intertwines. And as they mix together, the blueberry kind of dominates the plum. Then as it passes through, big blast of cinnamon and vanilla. And there's also, even though you get the cinnamon and vanilla, there's not like the sweetness doesn't get bumped up. It kind of stays the same. And all the while, there's an omnipresent high tart kind of value to the beer on the underlying part of the palate. That carries on pretty much through two-thirds, three-quarters of the way of the palate. On the finish is slightly dry. No really bitterness, but there's a gradual decrease of that sweetness from front to end for me. I feel like the sweetness is up here when it starts and maybe the acidity and tartness is down here. But as it comes together, they kind of level off on the finish. And then the aftertaste is just like you took let's say, okay, so here's the best way I can put it. Let's say you're eating a blueberry-filled donut. And this blueberry donut isn't just going to be, it's going to be a filled donut with the frosting on top and maybe some sprinkles. Let's say you got right to the middle. We all know when it comes to, jelly-filled donuts, so to speak. At the middle is where all that goodness is. So like you bite around the edges, yeah, you don't get that much jelly. You get right to the middle. There's a big dollop of jelly in the middle or filling. That's what I'm getting. Is like you took that best bite of that donut right in the middle. That's the finish of this beer. But it somehow reserves itself to not being overly crazy sweet. Is it sweet? Sure. You're drinking a beer that says fucking just filling with tart plum blueberry, cinnamon, lactose, and vanilla. You expect it to be sweet? Sure. This is not pastry-esque. This is not over the top. This is not like 3 or 4 sips and I'm like, holy shit, man. Or, you feel like you're getting diabetes as you drink it. No, but there is a nice reserved sweetness. 8%, I can't even tell. Hides it beautifully well. Holy shit, I did not expect this. This is the stunner of the box from Dan. Like, he sent me a lot of good Pittsburgh hazies. He sent me 3 from Old Thunder, including 2 hazies. Sent me my first Brew Gentleman beer, a couple barrel aged imperial stouts, which I haven't got to yet. But as far as the cans go, I've reviewed the 3 hot 4 beers. I'm drinking this, and then I have the Old Thunder smoked porter. But this is fucking different. This is on a different level. This is, again, I've only had 2 Hitchhiker beers. This is top notch, top tier, world class fruited sour. And I love that it's not heavily fruited, so it's not too sweet. It's not like you're drinking fruit puree. This is fucking beautiful. Just filling tart plum and blueberry. Low 4.75 out of 5 and go 4.65. I was debating between a 4.6 and 4.65 and go low 4.75. Why? Because this, in a world of smoothie-style beers or heavily fruited sours where they're blended with fruit puree, this is something different. This has influences of those without the crazy, super thick mouthfeel. I feel like I could drink an entire can of this, maybe even a couple, and not be sick of it. This is delicious. So 4.65 out of 5, just filling tart, plum, and blueberry. Price and availability, I have no idea. So help me out, Dan, or anybody in the Pittsburgh area. What are the going rates for these? If this was, again, based on what I'm rating it and how I enjoy it, if this was $25 a 4-pack like the Mortalises and Froth in my area, I'd easily pay that. I don't think it is. It's probably around $20 a 4-pack, I would guess. This is fucking great. I would love to. I don't know if they do any other variants, but I hope so. And availability, again, I have no idea with Hitchhiker. I'd assume you can buy their stuff at the brewery. Does it get in and around the Pittsburgh area? Probably. I don't know. So Dan, anybody in the Pittsburgh area, let me know about price and availability. I would appreciate it. And if you've had this one before, let me know what you think about it. I had to give it a super high score because highs the alcohol well. It's 8%. It achieves the pastry-esque, smoothie-style, heavily fruited sour ale, like what they're going for, like achieves that without the overbearing sweetness and the fruit puree like mouthfeel, which
I enjoy something that's not like straight on fucking thick, pulpy kind of body. This is divine. Anyway, I've rambled long enough. Thanks to Dan. Thanks to everybody stopping by for another beer review here on the Beer Patrol. To the next one. Cheers.